and welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, I would like to talk about BTS's Permission to Dance, focusing on a little breakdown and analysis of the concept, the lyrics, and the music video. Permission to Dance is a song co-written by Ed Sheeran that expresses a message of hope, positivity, and happiness. Now, as we'll see in a second, this is a track that is meant to encourage people to enjoy life despite of its problems and find comfort in the power of music. But as it always happens with BTS, these themes are expressed with a story that actually makes a lot of callbacks to BTS's previous songs. If we look back at their discography as a whole, for instance, Permission to Dance is the second collaboration with Ed Sheeran after Make It Right that was first released with Map of the Soul persona, and much like back in that song, the story the BTS are telling us now is for the most part set in the desert. Now, right off the bat, this is very interesting because in BTS's music, the desert is a symbol that is often associated to a person's struggles. Back in C, for instance, this imagery was first introduced to represent the members' hardships in their journey to achieve recognition in the music industry. The sea that they were longing for were ARMY, while the desert represented the desolated environment that they were stuck in while trying to reach their dreams. But in Make It Right, this desert takes on a different role, because back in that song, this location symbolized an inner struggle that is much more universal than the previous one. Since Make It Right was part of the Map of the Soul concept, the song essentially portrayed the hero's journey of an individual on his way to face their own shadow in order to overcome it. And even if in On we saw that BTS eventually defeated this desert by making it bloom the moment they realized themselves, Permission to Dance shows us a moment in their life where they're stuck in yet another desert. Now, this time around, this desert is a location that all of us are stuck in, because as we see in the video, the struggle the BTS have to overcome is none other than the pandemic that stopped them and the rest of us from living our life the way that we should. If we compare this song to the others, however, Permission to Dance also shows us a drastic change in their mindset, because if back in C and Make It Right, BTS were largely overwhelmed by their struggles, this time around the song focuses on the importance of enjoying yourself despite the difficulties that surround you. Now, in many respects, this concept actually brings us right back to Life Goes On, because back then BTS conveyed a message of hope that actually told us that even if there was no end in sight, at some point life will go back to the way it used to be before. In that track, the focus was on remembering the past and waiting for a better future, but in Permission to Dance, the focus is on the present, because now the wait is over and a new beginning is around the corner. You see, even if BTS are still in the desert and all of us are still waiting, the song focuses on the idea that this new beginning actually starts from a change of perspective. If until now we've waited for life to go on, now the point is to understand that life never actually stopped and you can still have fun without asking permission to be happy. Even if people have to follow many rules and regulations, BTS tell us that we don't need permission to dance. We can still embrace the moment, use music to find comfort and happiness, and enjoy life even if the reality that surrounds us is overwhelming. And this is because people are more than the struggles that they endure. Whether you struggle with your dreams, with yourself, with the pandemic, or any other issue, there is always something in the way that is ready to ruin our plans. If we allow these events to take a toll on us, then life will never truly go on. So in the song, BTS encourages us to live like we are golden, because even if we fall, we also know how to land. Now, this line here is possibly the most important message that we can find in the lyrics, because in the song, BTS are not telling us the struggles don't exist, but rather that we are strong enough to see past them and live a happier life as a result of a more positive attitude. We can overcome anything and nobody can say otherwise, and as we see in the video, this is a message that BTS wants to deliver to anybody who is there to receive it. In the MV, for instance, this message is portrayed as purple balloons that BTS release in the sky. Now, since the song was released on ARMY's birthday, this is obviously an indication that the first people who are gonna receive this message are none other than ARMY themselves, but as we see in the video, anybody can embrace this concept, and the diversity that is portrayed on screen is a testament to that. You see, the whole point here is the music is able to connect us all and make us happy no matter who we are, what we do, or where we come from. In the video, we see people of any age and belonging to any race. We see students, clerks, a teacher, a janitor, a waitress, a postal worker, and these are all people that live different lives with different worries and different experiences. What unites them all, however, is the music that is able to make them happy and make them forget about their troubles for a while. But this sense of inclusivity goes even further than that, because in the video we also see some nods to groups of people that the music industry doesn't always recognize. In the scene of The Office, for instance, we see a sign that says that this is a workplace that focuses on disability resources, and in the choreography, BTS also incorporated some movements from the International Sign Language. We can see the sign for fun, the sign for dance, as well as the sign for peace, all of which perfectly convey the essence of the song as a whole. Another interesting detail to point out, on the other hand, is that while they are in the desert, BTS send their signal from a laundromat, and even if at first glance this might seem a bit random, in reality it is actually far from it. You see, the laundromat here is a location that also appeared in the video for Spring Day, which is a song that BTS also performed in the Butterfly Getaway to celebrate the release of Permission to Dance. Now, this reference is actually very important because Spring Day is a song that expresses the feelings of a person who misses their loved one and is waiting for spring to see them again. Back then, the message of the song was that the morning will come again because no darkness or season lasts forever, so in this context, this reference is very fitting because now more than ever, BTS miss ARMY and are waiting for the moment where they can finally reunite. Now, in the teaser, we saw that this event is set to arrive in 2022, which is the year that marks the beginning of a new era where the pandemic is finally over and life will officially go on. This is a news that makes Yoongi very happy despite him being still stuck in the desert, and this makes sense because if in Life Goes On there was no end in sight, now we can see the end and rejoice at the prospect of a new beginning. While we wait for this moment to arrive, BTS released this song with the hope of bringing happiness to the people who listen to it, so until the time comes that we can finally reunite, the members tell us that we don't need permission to dance because music is able to unite us all no matter how far we are from each other. So that's it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.